Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Oh, studio time, 5 minutes past 7, right here on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the newspaper review on a beautiful Monday morning where we get to, analyze all of the major stories that made, headlines on some of the major dailies we have in the country. Well, over the weekend, there was a national broadcast by the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the national broadcast whereby it has cast, a divide between two sides, with some saying, okay, the president has spoken to us. This is what everybody has been clamoring for weeks and weeks, even way before the protest started. Everybody felt like, okay, there has been, a warning of saying, okay, there will be a protest starting August 1 up until August 10. The president should have spoken to us, speak to us. And finally, he did speak to us, and he, assured Nigerians and made promises of things that will be done to make sure the current hardship we face will suffice, and it will come to an end, you get. And some say, okay, now you've said something to us, and we do not feel like you have addressed the situation. And we saw situations whereby on Saturday night, some parts of the speech, which was heard on Sunday morning, were already out in the open. At least people on X, most people read it on X a day before the speech itself came out, or hours before the speech itself came out, with some saying, okay, don't we deserve a live session? Don't we deserve for the president to talk to us live? Don't we deserve for him to, okay, why not we have interviews, 1 hour ask questions of policies and everything that needs to be done? So, was it more of a good news that the president finally spoke to us, or did it bring out more clamor and people, asking more questions? Well, some have said they will come outside to continue the protest. The president has said the protest should stop. Today is a new day and we get to find out. Also over the weekend, in the UK, there has been a series of violent protests taken in different cities like Hull City, Rotherham, Middlesbrough. A mirage of protests taking over, whereby we even saw an hotel that kept asylum seekers being attacked, and we saw images and videos of people being attacked, blacks, the Muslim communities being attacked. And this comes a few weeks after there was a huge, turnout for elections for the Labour Party, a party which is, in favor of migration. And begs the question, why is there so much, violent protest over migration cases happening in the UK at the moment? We saw in Ireland, for months now in Ireland, this has been happening, leading to violent protests. There was a time in May this year where in Dublin was a full total halt, where there was no movement in Dublin, just for the same case of migration issues. It's a wave happening in Europe at the moment where the people are protesting against migrants. I do hope it doesn't turn out to be something, unfortunate. I do hope it doesn't turn out to be something that would lead to a huge crisis, because this is a development happening in Europe, and I wish our brothers and sisters who are there are safe and the government will be able to do something. Although the Prime Minister of the UK has come out to say everybody involved will be prosecuted, and we do hope a stop will come to whatever is happening right now in the UK. My name is Uche Okorie, and you are welcome to the newspaper review. I won't be doing this alone. I have the usual suspects in the house today. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Uche. Good morning, Lagosians. Good morning, listeners, wherever you're listening to us from. And I hope that your weekend has been great.
Oh, my weekend was superb. It was a beautiful weekend.
Oh, wow. It's actually different from last week, Monday, where
Yes,
you actually.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
Yes, it
So,
was good.
what made it different? You went out, you had fun.
Yeah, I had fun, the usual fun. There was football, there was, other things. So it was nice. It was an amazing weekend that I was looking out for. Aside from the news of the things happening, the global news
Yeah.
happening, my weekend was fun.
Yeah.
In my personal life, but
amazing.
not in the news world. It wasn't fun. In the
Not
news
even
world.
was. But it's
So-
actually amazing that your personal life was great and it was sound. Yeah, it just happens. I don't know. I just feel like this time around is looking like everybody is just on the edge. It's looking as if the whole world is trying to say, we are not more comfortable with what's happening. It takes me back to the movies we watch. These movies that we watch, and they say in the future, this and this. I'm like, okay, have they seen the future? Is that what's happening right now? Please, we don't want it, because it's always very, very, very scary when we see them in movies. So I hope that everything is sorted out in the world. And let me come to the president's speech yesterday morning. It was Sunday morning, 7 a.m. And it was the fact that I've already seen the speech a night before he actually came out to say it. And funny enough, some people were reading after the president. It was that bad, and people were like saying he should have changed it, but there was no time to change it. That was what we wanted to see. And some people were saying, okay, he has come out to say it, we are fine. Some people were saying, no, that's not what we want. We want the subsidy to be removed. We want this and that. Well, like, if the subsidy is removed, are we not starting from the scratch?
Again,
And all the suffering that we have suffered.
in the past.
Why did we not suffer?
Why have we gone through everything we've gone
Yes,
through in
why
the
did we
past?
not go through everything we went through? Like, when you want it, like, I just feel like it doesn't make any sense. If you want to see, let's just see it through today, because we've started it already. But if we say that all the suffering we suffered, we just suffered for nothing, then we're going to go back to where we are coming from. I just feel like, no, it's not like that. And yeah, kudos to he said that the Dangote refineries would actually start selling middle of this month or
Yeah.
so. Yeah, so we look forward to that, and we hope that that word will actually help us reduce the price of everything that's happening concerning fuel. We are hoping. You know that it was a back and forth
Yeah, true.
when the Dangote came out, that we've not seen him in ages. He came out to say everything and this. And yeah, he has come out to say that, okay, you can actually start selling middle of the month and everything like that. I feel like, he said what needed to be said, but he didn't say what Nigerians wanted to hear. That is the thing, because Nigerians wanted to hear that, okay, subsidy, you start buying fuel for 15 naira now, and you start buying rice, one derica of rice for 200 naira, and you start buying one derica of beans for 100 but it is not possible. It is not. You just have to we have to look ahead. We can't go back. That's the thing. If you want the country to move forward, we have to move ahead. We cannot go back to where we are coming from. It's just like saying we are going back to our vomit. God forbid we do that. So I understand. I feel like what he has said. I hope that everything just starts according to what he has said. And yes, with everything being equal, things should be a bit fairer. Things should be a bit better than before. And some protesters have said they will not go back because that's not what they want to hear. But what do you think about it? Do you think that the protesters are not going beyond what they think, or they want to just stick to their 10 days of the protest and just to continue like that?
Well, for me personally, I think majorly most persons feel this is not what they wanted to hear.
Definitely.
Truthfully, that's what most persons felt like.
Definitely.
And if we are being honest with ourselves, there is no way we can go back to say there's no more subsidy. That subsidy is back, because allegedly at this point we are even still paying subsidy.
Yeah.
Even if the government says we're not paying, allegedly. That's
Yeah.
why we say allegedly, because landing cost at the port is about 1,117 naira. So who then is paying for the rest?
Exactly.
Okay, so allegedly, if subsidies still exist, it means there is even some sort of cushioning happening at the
Happening,
moment.
yes.
So some sort is still happening. So we can't go back to that one. It's impossible. I think majorly what Nigerians really need is actions. Things starting to happen. Policies starting to come in place. Even as the people are saying, okay, we're going to continue our protest for 10 days. Why not you let them have their say? It's for 10 days. It's if it's organized, if it's peaceful. Why not you let them have their say? Meanwhile, you start policies that are making sure things go well. That could work. Also, the people can also go back home and trust the government and say, hey, he has spoken to us and he has told us he will make things happen. He will make these things work out. Why not the people trust the government and see what will happen and see how far whatever our president has said will go. Because now we've seen that, yes, the Dangote refinery will be coming up, starting to sell products by August.
Yes.
And we also saw for a fact, when it comes to price, before Hipman was saying we can't expect that the Dangote price for the fuel should be cheap because Dangote is in the picture. But that came at a time when we knew crude was still being imported, even by the Dangote refinery. But now we saw the president say, okay, NNPC, you give crude directly to Dangote refinery, and at that point you give it to them, you should even sell it to them in naira, which is a good development. So at that point it means there's a positivity that the prices of fuel will reduce because now there's no import based FX whatever. Nothing like FX.
You're not converting.
You're not converting nothing. There's no FX backlog. There's nothing you're clearing and all that. So we're expecting, okay, probably or best still, this will be cheaper. So why not we trust the government and hope that, okay, this time around they really mean what they say and they say what they mean.
Exactly.
So at this
and it's this month. So it's this month. It's not like he said next month. The thing is, I feel like he has said what he has said. Now we have to look at it. We have to wait and see. Is this month? It's not like it's next month, next year. It's this month. And if you see that the people that you have said that they should do this are not working, then that's when you should not say, you made your speech, you wanted to do this, you made your speech and you said this, they should do this, you said they should do that. It's not like you wrote it or you wrote it on social media. You made it was live. It was broadcasted. You understand? So I just feel like it's not easy, but we should just this month.
It still goes back to the fact that it has to do with trust. Promises have been made before, promises were not fulfilled. New promises, and Nigerians feel like
the people that don't do it should be accountable.
You understand? So that's the problem. The problem is transparency. Will things be done the way they promised they will be done? Well, remember, you're still listening to Newspaper Review right on our Impact Radio 102.1 FM. You can be part of the conversation. You can get to let us feel your pulse. You can get to let us know how you feel about things happening or about things, that you get to react to that made way to the headlines of our major papers this morning. And the way you can do that, the way we can get to hear from you, is if you call us up in the studio on 0700 1021 1021. I take that one more time, 0700 1021 1021. Or you can reach us via WhatsApp on 0907 224 5018. That is WhatsApp, and regular text message on 0907 224 5018. We're streaming live on the YouTube at iImpact 102.1 FM. We're streaming live on Facebook at iImpact Radio 102.1 FM. We're on X, we're on TikTok, and we are on Instagram at iImpact 1021 FM. So go follow us, go react with us, and let's be full citizens together. Let's go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at the papers in full.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
iImpact Radio 102.1 FM. Welcome back. It is a newspaper review where we get to analyze most of the major stories that made headlines on the papers this morning. Remember, you can be part of the conversation if you call us up on 0700 1021 1021, or you can send us regular text message or WhatsApp message on 0907 224 5018. Let's move straight to the Guardian newspaper this morning, and the Guardian is leading with this one. It says national broadcast outrage over rehash of old policies threats failure to soothe protesters. Outrage over rehash of old policies threats failure to suit protesters. That's what the Guardian is leading with, and it has images of different political figures in Nigeria, political and labor figures in Nigeria. We have the president's picture, we have Atiku, we have Wole Soyinka, we have the NLC chairman. So go look at the papers for you to find out the rest of persons you have on the Guardian this morning. Also beneath that particular image, we see this one: protest, 52 billion naira worth of looting, a setback to entrepreneurs and investment. Protest, 52 billion naira worth of looting, a setback to entrepreneurs, investment. Beside that one says import duty FX rises to 1,618 naira per dollars. Import duty FX rises to 1,618 naira per dollar despite Tinubu's pledges. Okay. Nationwide protest. Dialogue remains best option, says the Nationwide protest. Dialogue remains best option, says the And beside that story, you see livestock ministry must end open grazing and conflicts. Livestock ministry must end open grazing and conflicts. We have a call this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Emmanuel from Ogun State.
Good morning, Emmanuel. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm fine. Concerning the ongoing protest, my only two contribution is that the president has spoken, even though the speech and to address some issues, but at the same time, we cannot continue this way. So the protesters, they should go back, sit down with the president, discuss with him, so that Nigeria can progress. Because we don't know what it is in this country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one today. Well, according to Emmanuel, the president has spoken. Let the people go back home and watch what would happen. Well, still on the Guardian newspaper this morning, and it leads with this one: says Kano judiciary probes looting of court as protest continues. Kano judiciary probes looting of court as protest continues. Finally, on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Oh, two more stories. Okay. Council autonomy, or your chairman pull out of Algon to form new association. Council autonomy, or your chairman pull out of Algon to form new association. And finally, on the Guardian newspaper, poor internet service lingers as NCC denies new tariff. Poor internet service lingers as NCC denies new tariff. Page 5 of the Guardian newspaper has that one for you. That's the much I can take on the Guardian this morning.
Yes, quickly, I move over to the Punch newspaper. Don't forget, you can call us on 0700-1021-1021, or you can send us a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0907-224-5018. Quickly, I'll take this message. It says, good morning, our impact. The inability of Nigerians to speak with one voice and act in unison when it matters most. The disappointing overzealousness of some of our security agents against innocent citizens and the president's insufficient broadcast yesterday are clear attestation that there is still a long walk to freedom. This is Joseph Ayo from Lambert. Okay, so the front page of the Punch, the major story on the front page says hunger protest. Tinubu's speech attracts knocks. Kudos. Tinubu's speech attracts knocks. Kudos. Right after the story says Soyinka, PDP slam president's address. NGO, others hail it. Protests organizers demand 1,150 detainees release. Protest organizers demand 1,150 detainees release. And you can read that on page 2 of the newspaper. And above the nameplate, it says retail investors may shun bank stocks as shareholders lose 1.6 trillion naira. Retail investors may shun bank stocks as shareholders lose 1.6 trillion naira. Page 32 has the story. Beside that, marketers stop fuel supply, queues resurface. Marketers stop fuel supply, queues resurface. Page 32. I don't understand. Did the queue go down before? I don't think did the queue disappear.
Honestly, man, when I saw that story, I was like, oh, as if the queue was not there before. It's been there for weeks now.
Right. So I don't understand. Yeah. So you can read that on page 32 if you are amused, as we are in the studio this morning. And we decided that it says public debt may hit 130 trillion naira by December. This is by a report. Public debt may hit 130 trillion naira by December. Page 32 also has the story. And yes, this is from the sports news, the sports section, and the ongoing Paris Olympics 2024. How we broke 20-year jinx to reach Olympics quarterfinals. The Tigress, they actually broke the jinx for both men and women. The African, you see, Nigeria always request to do something.
I'm telling you, they were amazing.
Remember the 1996 Atlanta, Nigeria were the first football male team to win gold medal, and now but yes, you can read that on page 45 if you want to get more information about that. And beneath that, JAMB gives tertiary institutions ultimatum to disclose illegal admissions. JAMB gives tertiary institutions ultimatum to disclose illegal admissions. Page 42. What will you begin? I really do not want to say. You remember? I don't know. It's still recent that the lady that went to Canada.
Oh yeah.
It is very appalling because how was she issued visa? And the people said, how was she issued visa?
Well, I think it was at the time when the Canadian system had some sort of, their checking were not as good as now, and the one which she went with, which was given to her, that was fake.
Yes.
She didn't even actually go to that school.
Yes, she went to another school.
Processed something else with another school.
Yes.
So at that point, she wouldn't have even gotten to find out if it was fake or not, because at the time she went to the school, she would have gotten to realize, oh, this is fake.
Yes.
Then she went to another school. Things were already done, and all of a sudden she's in this.
It's very painful because I think there needs to be a regularized English. There needs to be a regularization of these, these bodies, these admission agencies that actually give. It's very disheartening. You cannot be doing this to people's lives, because if she had gone through with this, that's to show that maybe like 3 years of her life just wasted, and she's just coming out with nothing, and she's going back to the country empty, and she has wasted money, wasted time, energy, and resources. But yeah, away from that, NDLEA arrest 12 with drugs hidden in baby food tins. Pages 4 and 5 has the story. Hardship. States get 570 billion naira grants. States gets 570 billion naira grant. Page 31. These 570 billion naira grants, is it now or before? Because we really want to know. We really want to know. Yes, we hope that the state actually utilizes it really well. And that's all I have on the front page of the Punch newspaper.
Well, straight from the Punch newspaper down to the Vanguard this morning, and it leads with majorly the same thing: pictures and about the protest. It says protest. Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. Organizers: Atiku, Soyinka, PDP, NLC, others. Well, that's who said, that it fell short of expectations. We're talking about the organizers, Atiku, Soyinka, the PDP. It has so many riders to them, so I'll just take a few of them. It says, protests continue in Lagos, Osun, Kano, others. Tinubu's speech below, hollow, fails to address hardship among Nigerians. That's according to Atiku. His broadcast didn't address police brutality against protesters. That's according to Soyinka. Address economic contractions. NECA task government. So many other riders to that story. So look at the Vanguard in case you want to find out more about what they are talking about. FG reforms have not brought promised renewed hope. That's according to the Catholic bishops. FG reforms have not brought promised renewed hope. Page 13 of the Vanguard has that story in case you want to find out more. IBB disowns post endorsing military rule. Page 37 of the Vanguard newspaper is where you can see that story. Households struggle to cope with galloping food prices. Yes, that's so true. Page 24 of the Vanguard newspaper is where you can read that particular story. Hardship protest. Some people want to blackmail me. Who is saying that? Or B, some people want to blackmail me. Beside that particular story, stop bloodshed. Ex-ADC presidential candidate Kachiku begs protesters. Okay. Stop bloodshed. Ex-ADC presidential candidate Kachiku begs protesters. Are the protesters causing bloodshed? Okay. Anyways, moving on. Ladi Olorunyomi says fries. I take this again. I'm sorry about that. Ladi Olorunyomi says tries detained by generals. Exile was only option. That's according to Ladi Olorunyomi. You want to find out about that particular story, why he was detained and why he went on exile? Only the Vanguard can give you that particular story. History makers, that's for the sports page. The Tigress became first African team to qualify for Olympic quarterfinals. They'll be facing the United States of America in the semi-finals. Hopefully, they get to triumph and we get to see them, and we get to see them in the semi-finals, that is. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. is on the Vanguard this morning. I am capable of taking care of my family. Things may be tight now, but it's as an important person in the society, my name is Billy. One and only Billy. That's Mr. And Mrs. says, one and only Billy on a B2 the bills. Okay, settle the bills.
Yeah, Billy,
Mr. Billy.
The bills.
He needs to have a Billy in his account.
Right.
So he can settle the bills properly. Anyways, that's the watch I can take on the Vanguard this morning.
So yes, let me quickly rush through the Daily Trust newspaper. And the major story on the front page of the Daily Trust says, Atiku, Soyinka, Falana, others pick holes in Tinubu's speech. Atiku, Soyinka, Falana, others pick holes in Tinubu's speech. Writer says, you can't serve bullets where bread is pleaded. Noble Lorry, that is Wole Soyinka. You can't serve bullets where bread is pleaded. Immediately you hear that, you already know that it's from the Nobel laureate Soyinka. It says the broadcast didn't address protesters' demands. Human rights lawyer. Broadcast didn't address protesters' demands. Human rights lawyer. No mention of insecurity in North, says NEF. No mention of insecurity in North, says NEF. He's sticking to anti-masses policies, says Afenifere. He's sticking to anti-masses policies, says Afenifere. You can read that on pages 3, 4, 17, 25, and 38. And above that, hunger protest, bereaved families mourn. You can read that on page 3. Bereaved families mourn. Argon Rights Finance Commissioners demands payment of July allocation. Page 13 has the story. How demonstrators wreaked havoc in Netherlands. You can read that on page 7, I guess, because I can't really see that well. And President out of touch with reality. President out of touch with reality. Protesters say rallies continue today. Admission entry age. JAMB raises alarm over false affidavits. Age adjustment. Admission entry age. JAMB raises alarm over false affidavits. Age adjustment. NCC extends NIN SIM verification deadline. This way I just extending and can we just know what we are doing? Can we know what we are doing?
Cut them off.
Can we know what we are doing? Because extending, you block moves like you extend again.
It keeps going. Consequence. Let there be consequence of actions.
I really do not understand. You can read that on page 24 if you are as livid as we are right now. A man jailed 1 year for stealing 7 modules of rice. You can read that on page 20. And yes, on the front page of the Daily Trust, he has pictures of death toll, police reported cases, and a lot more in concerning these protests that been going on in the country, and majorly in the north. We see Kebbi, we see Niger, we see the FCT, we see Kaduna, 2 people, Kano 1, Jigawa 3, Yobe, we see Borno 4, a lot more on the front page of the Daily Trust. So you can grab a copy to get the stories in the newspaper.
Okay, those are the papers for us this morning, and now we have to go look into some of the messages which you have sent to us. Remember, you can be part of the conversation if you call us up on 0700 1021 1021, or send us a regular message or text message or WhatsApp message on 0907 224 5018. And this one leads with this one, says, "Good morning, High Impact. The inability of Nigerians to speak with one voice and act in unison when it matters most. The disappointing overzealousness of some of our security agents against innocent citizens and the president." I think you've said this one this morning. Okay. Good morning, High Impact Radio. My name is John Amodu from Simawa, Ogun State. From the president's speech yesterday is a clear picture that his administration has no sense of direction. There are burning issues on ground for him to address, but he went forth to tell Nigerians his achievement. The protest is telling him that his claimed achievements are not good enough and has not impacted positively on the masses due to lack of implementation. We are expecting him to take a proactive action in 3 major issues in his speech yesterday: reverse fuel subsidy removal, which later has been unfolded to the masses as a political scam; reverse hiking electric tariff to boost businesses and production; ensure advanced security approach to solve or reduce the state of insecurity to the barest minimum. President Tinubu should look at the reality of what the masses are going through and find drastic solutions rather than pointing accusing fingers on opposition party. The election has come and gone, but Nigerians want a positive result. He needs to remove all his non-performing cabinet because most of his appointments are based on political compensation and not merit. This has adversely affected his policies and its implementation. I still believe that God will definitely revive this country.
And definitely, we all believe that God will definitely revive this country. Yeah, right about now, we head over to the next segment of the show where we bring to you our in-house analyst. That is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. So you want to stay tuned on that. Don't forget to still send us your messages on any of the stories that caught your attention from the front pages of the newspaper. The newspaper review on High Impact 102.1 FM. We're streaming live on Facebook at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM and on YouTube at High Impact 102.1 FM. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our analyst.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Are you a solo entrepreneur, startup team, or a seasoned professional looking for workspaces beyond the traditional office setting? High Impact Studios is the perfect place for you. Whether you're into the focus of a private or shared desk, the solitude of a personal corner, the exclusivity of a private office, or the collaboration in a conference room, we've got diverse plans designed around your preferences. So break free from the regular and elevate your work lifestyle by visiting High Impact Studios today. For inquiries, call 0706 393 5694 or 0813 428 2879. You can also send an email to info@highimpactstudios.com to reserve your space today.
Come on over to my place.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist.
And so it is time to unclench. It is time to shake. Shake hands and shake things up. Hit me! Last month was juicy and we loved it. And so this month, we will be the more daring version of Oliver Twist.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Water and Gary. We're not begging, we're telling. We want more, then more is what we're gonna get. Welcome to the Audacity of August, where we have the guts, the boldness, and the confidence to ask for more. More great music, more good tidings, and more radio excellence. And the more you ask, the more we deliver. High Impact Radio 1021 is the gift that keeps on giving. Giving August a break? No, we've got an August visitor. Hi, kids! High Impact Kids Corner from Saturday is visiting every show from Monday to Friday, so you can better enjoy your holiday. So stay tuned to High Impact Radio and follow us on High Impact 1021 FM to further explore and discover new ways to reinvent this radio experience together. Imbibe the audacity this August too.
Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
High Impact Radio 102.1 FM. You're still listening to the newspaper review. In case you are just joining us, you are right on time for the next segment of our show, where we get to communicate with our in-house analyst and get to talk about most of the stories that made headlines this morning. Remember, you can be part of the conversation if you call us up 0700 1021 1021, or you can send us a message, a regular text message or WhatsApp message on 0907 224 5018. We have a couple of them here, which we're going to take just before the show is over. Our in-house analyst is with us in the house right now. Good morning to you, Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gauche, and the other members of the crew.
Tony is in the house, sir. Tommy is in the house, sir. Tommy.
You are alone.
Now with Tommy, and with Tommy.
Sir.
Yes.
You are with Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Tommy, good morning.
Sir. Yes, good morning, sir.
Nigerians and listeners all over the world, I did you especially. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show, sir. I'll go straight into it. On Sunday morning, we heard the broadcast of the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and before the broadcast, we saw, some parts of his speech a night before the broadcast, which some people expected that probably it's something different. And to our greatest shock, it was the same thing when he, broadcasted in the morning. And some have come to say, okay, we deserve to have a live session broadcast. One. Some have also come to say he has not addressed the situation which people are coming out to vote for. We've heard the likes of Atiku, we've heard the likes of Shoyinka, the PDP, the NLC, different bodies, even the organizers of the events have come to say, hey, he has not addressed the issues. Now I'm asking you, do you think that the broadcast actually addressed the issues of the protesters?
I want to say, with due respect to Mr. President, for me, the address did not address the issues.
Okay. Why do you feel so, sir?
It's very empty. It's very shallow. It's shadow, and it's vapid. He does not address any of the issues raised by the protesters. Rather, the president was repeating what he has been telling us before now. The speech what he gave us in the speech in that of October or so, and that one in July, are the same thing, rhetoric. In fact, what some of the things said by his minister before a day or 2 days before the strike is what he repeated. He was not rolling out plans and the things they've done. That is not the issue on ground. They are not saying you have not done anything. They are not saying you have not made efforts. What people are saying is that the effort you have made is not showing in our life. We are not seeing the effect. So what are you going? So rather than tell us, look, we will these things you have asked for. What are they asked for? Some of the things they ask for is this. They talk about subsidy. The subsidy that you say you have removed is giving us problems. And another after all, you are even paying it now. So why can't we fully done it and know that we are paying subsidy, and then we are better in the UK? Because people now prefer that situation where people who are being alleged of siphoning our money than where majority are now suffering. Because before now, what the essence of that, the purpose of removing subsidy is not as if that they don't know that subsidy has effect in our life, that it's benefiting us. But what they are saying is that only few people are benefiting more from it, and they don't want few people to benefit at them. So now the majority are suffering, and few people are still benefiting. In fact, fewer people now than those who are benefiting before are benefiting, and majority are now suffering. So the issue of subsidy, people are saying, look, take us to where we are, where we were in 2029 before you made the pronouncement. Subsidy is gone. After all, the subsidy at May 2029 was still existing. We still have up to June or so. And then you did not study this file, you remove that. And now we are in trouble. The issue of governance, that your cabinet is too large. The president is need to do anything about it. The issue of cost of governance, buying cars for the first lady that is not known to our law, buying, giving National Assembly 150 million per person, renovating houses of the. These are the issues. The issues are not. All these issues were not talked about. The president didn't make mention of any of them. There was no any attempt to say, look, we will do this. We have had, and in view of that, even though we don't believe in it, but because you are the owner of this country, we are going to accede to you. You see, governance is not about what the government think is right. So what people think they want. You can't decide for me what I wanted. So what you think is better for me. It is for the people to determine what is better for them.
True.
So what we see in our own country is that those in government, their own thinking is everybody's thinking, and we must accept it. And so, if we also see I am not surprised anyway, because I know this government and some of the governments before now, they are very arrogant. Arrogance in the sense that arrogant when the policy, and somebody is bringing out issue from the policy, raising concerns that may not make it work, or concern that is not making it effective, they will say no going back. No going back. A government don't run by way of no going back. You are not alpha and omega. You don't know it all. And no matter how well you have done whatever you have done, and people are not feeling the impact, you have done nothing. No matter, you may not be sleeping, you may not be doing anything, you may be thinking, you may be working hard, and people are not feeling the effect of that working. People are not feeling the effect of you not sleeping. People are not feeling the effect of you running up and down, trying to ensure that the country is good. Well, as long as people are not feeling it, they are not doing anything. You are not doing well. That is the meaning. What is the role of the government? Welfare and security. Do we have security in this country? Do we have a better welfare in this country? We don't have all this. And rather than attend to them or address them in your broadcast, you ignore them totally. No mention of them. It was just reading out things that have done, that have been read up in July or so. The one that has been said, the CNG budget has been one of all its brokers. They've all been there. We provide CNG budget.
Yes, CNG budget.
We provide this and that.
But
we'll do this and that.
But some of these things, won't they actually help the masses?
The what? What people are talking about now is that we are hungry. People are talking about you are talking about future plans. And then you see, it will have been better. People will have be more understanding if those in government are feeling the same impact, or even closer to what people are feeling. They are living life.
True.
Otherwise, you will not be buying. You will not be thinking of buying new aircraft. You will not be thinking of renovating of 5 presidential lodge. And some people will come who are the better of government and say, he is personal house. Yes, it's not his personal house. There is one that will enjoy it. It's for his comfort. For now. It is for his comfort. They can't satisfy their own comfort. But they expect Nigerians to endure pain. So that's what we're talking about. If you are looking for private jet for your comfort. You are looking for cars or vehicles for your comfort. And you are asking government and the Nigerians to be to be patient. And people will say, do you want the president to die? So the president wants us to die also on the road that is not fixed. Is that their plan? To say that to make Nigerians have accident and die? If that is the case, because if you're saying the private jet or whatever at the president are not fixed, the roads also are not fixed for people to travel on.
True.
So the farm cannot go. There is no security. People are being killed. So rather than those in government take steps to even reduce. For instance, again, the one that is even for me that is more even simple, very simple for them to even do. Even if before now the president is being forced to do it, they give him the opportunity to even do it now. To reduce the cabinet. Especially this cabinet that majority of them are not even working. They are not doing anything.
Okay.
I tell you, the ministry that will be very, very, very relevant and people should know very well.
Okay, sir.
Most of us don't know it.
Hold on, sir. Let's pick this call and we'll continue the conversation, sir. Okay, go on, sir. Go on, sir. I think we lost the call. Go on, sir. Sorry for that.
No, I'm saying most of the ministries, people who are the ministers there are not known to Nigerians, and they are not known because they are not even talking, because of working.
Okay.
They are not even saying anything, because of working. Though some people who are known not because they are working, because they are talking. For instance, the minister of works, as far as I'm concerned, he's just talking. He's not working. I've not seen the impact of what all the that he's doing. The Lagos Calabar Road, where is it placed? That when it started like as if a house of fire. As if within a certain month, 1 month or 2 months, everything will have been far away. We have seen today they talk about finance.
Also,
you see, and the one that people are also talking about, the Olubunojo, the internal affairs minister or whatever. The only thing that I've done as people are clapping for and people are saying is the issue of passport. And for me, if I'm to give him mark, that will be 1/10. His performance, I'll rate it 1/10. Okay. And that is what people see as even more the most performing minister according to some people.
We also saw a creation of a new ministry, the livestock ministry, which still haven't addressed the issues of herders farmers crisis till date.
That has not been created. They are still working on it. They only set up committee to work on it.
Do we see that committee actually?
Reduction. I am thinking of bringing more. You see, I don't know if it's on this. Whenever government bring that program, I always say that I will not clap. I will not celebrate it. You remember when the president gave directive regarding implementation of OSIA's report? People were clapping. I said no. I will wait for the implementation. Have you seen anything being implemented today?
Nothing yet on the OSIA report.
So that is what the government of headline. They will just come with headlines and go to sleep. So the what the president did in his broadcast or address or whatever, he just to do rhetoric, usual rhetoric, just like we're in campaign, promises, things that are not working for us. People are saying this is not working. So yeah, you may believe in subsidy. That is our problem. And as far as I'm concerned, today it has been shown that subsidy is not our problem because they are still paying it today. Because when they told us that if they did not remove subsidy, the country will collapse. We are paying subsidy today. Why is the country not collapsing?
Okay.
Quick. Or is that the reason why the country is collapsing?
Okay, quick one, sir. Moving on, still based on the president and the issues of the national broadcast. Don't you think at this point it's time where Nigerians demand we need to have a live session with our president where we can actually speak to him live and get to, react to him live? Because at this point, many Nigerians are saying, some are even complaining of the fact that there were jump cuts on the videos that were released yesterday. Don't you think it's that time Nigerians spoke to their president physically live and get to feel him in real time?
Nigerians have been asking. Nigeria have been asking. In fact, that was why. In fact, this broadcast was because people Nigerians insist that the president must address them. I don't know why it's difficult for our leaders when there's an issue for them to even come out and address. They'll just wait until it generates and start sending people that people don't want to know. Who they were calling Obas, they were calling how many of us are being respected in this country today? How many of them have the respect of his people? How many of them? All of them, you can't start up to 10. That people that will talk and people will listen. People don't recognize them any longer. And those are the people you are calling. The chief imams and the pastors. You know how many people recognize those of the imam and pastors? Those who are catching out. They were just catching out that. They spend money for people who are not even relevant. in this rather than the president call them and address them directly. Probably will not even go on strike on this protest. I said it. This Nigerian president is the most respected and most powerful that I know. Because once I said it when they were doing labor's minimum wage negotiation. I said once the president meet them one-on-one, that will be the end. And what happened? He met them, and that was the end. But for me, I don't know. They will just wait and sit down until it becomes a crisis. That's when the president would think now. He was forced to come and address us. That's as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't have that intention, and that's why I say most of the people in government are arrogant. They are very arrogant, and they see themselves as above us. Meanwhile, we put them there.
Okay, finally, sir, on a final note, because time has been fast spent, please just give us a final note regarding what you expect from Nigerians as the protests about the protest. Do you expect Nigerians to go back home since the president has spoken, or do you expect to see more Nigerians on the street?
No, I expect them to go back home, but not because the president has spoken. Because the president has not said anything. To address, he only made a statement. He did not address any of the issues. I want them to step aside and retreat, not just because I don't know how to say it in English. They say Majamasa, when you fight, you retreat.
Okay.
Because by now you will see what will happen now. It will be attacked, and it will be sponsored by the government. And they will now put it on the head of those who arrange the protest, just like NSAS. NSAS was not hijacked by people who organized it. It was by people who are supporters of government or people who are working for the government that hijacked it. Okay. So for them not to be in that circumstance again, I think they need to retreat and then go and re-strategize.
Okay.
So for now, at least for now. Okay. So because the government is now making it look like they are declaring war against the state, and you can see the police people that we have. Because I listened to one of the commissioners of police yesterday. They say the president has spoken. I see the president's word is final. If the president has spoken, and therefore there's no more protest.
Okay.
When the president speaks, does that mean we must go and sleep? We can't ask questions. Can't talk again. One of the responsibilities of citizens in Nigeria is to ask for accountability, and that's what the protest is all about. Is to ask government to do the needful.
Okay.
The government is not doing the needful, but I will still advise the protesters to go and relax for now, so that they won't change it for them.
Okay, and that's the fine way for us to leave it this morning.
Like you see on the street.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, true. That's a fine one, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of the show this morning, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Your insight is always welcome anytime on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a beautiful day ahead of you, sir. Okay, we've been speaking to our in-house analyst, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, as he shared some of, as we discussed some of the stories that made headlines this month. We have some of your messages here. Why not we read that before we conclude? You have some of them, yes?
Yes, I do. This is from Nnamdi Oye. It says, Happy New Week, brother and my sister. Happy New Week. It's Nnamdi Oye Ogba. Still on bad economy and mass revolts across the nation. I am appealing to the federal government to rescue Nigerians from their untimely bad economic reform by Mr. President before it is too late, because there is no bad economic reform without alternative to it. Nigerians cannot continue with this bad economy policy of naira depreciation, inflation and unemployment, food shortage, hunger, hardship, and mass poverty, including insecurity in Nigeria, especially in the north, till 2027 election year. Only God knows how Nigerians got here with these present administration's economic quagmire of 1,600 naira to $1. Okay, wait. Let's actually answer this call. Then I continue with the messages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay. We lost that particular call. Let me continue. Say Nigeria cannot eat 2 square meal a day, own a home, buy a car, cannot acquire the necessity of life, cannot receive medical treatments from any hospital or affordable health care. In the past, the exchange rate of $1 is equal to 50 naira. That was around 1980s. Okay, Namdu, yeah. I wanted to say something, but yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Quickly.
Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday to you. Quickly, in 30 seconds.
My name is Kenny from Ogijo.
Okay.
The issue of ground that we are blaming Mr. President, you cannot blame Mr. President. What we're supposed to blame is our electoral process.
Who is blaming Mr. President, Mr. Kenny? Who is blaming Mr.
President that is not speaking? I said we.
Okay.
And I want to. What I want to say is that we should not blame him.
Okay.
Our problem is not you, President. Our problem is electoral process.
Okay.
Assuming if truly our vote was counted, we will not be treated the way we are being treated.
Okay.
No president said it. Edibo, how wole? I know it wole loto. So he has already become the president, not because of our election, not because of our vote. So this is why his brother has do what he's doing. Assuming if it's our vote that counted, you treat us like the way we are being treated.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Quickly, let me take this one. Good morning, High Impact FM. President Bola Tinubu in his speech said that governors and the federal government are now receiving more money following the removal of fuel subsidy. What have ordinary Nigerians benefited from the removal of fuel subsidy? Should ordinary Nigerians continue to suffer under every APC's government since 2015? What are the benefits of creating more ministries when the same government is complaining about scarcity of funds? What has the Ministry of Blue Economic contributed to the country? Victor Anya from Ogba. These are rhetorical questions that definitely the authorities have answers to. But basically, that's all we have on the newspaper review this morning. That's been a lot.
Yeah, it has been a lot. Our time has been fast spent. So thank you so much for being part of the show this morning. Remember, we will be back tomorrow morning bright and early, 5 minutes past 7 up until 8 o'clock. Before then, for now, it's bye-bye from me. My name is Uche Okorobia. Have a beautiful day ahead of you.
And my name is Oluwatomi Owoborodi. Stay tuned because the Morning Impact Show is still on.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews.